Entrances in wrestling are something that go really well with the show WWE wants to give us. However, getting to know their behind the scenes and preparation can be quite difficult. Today we'll learn some secrets we've been able to see thanks to fan cameras that were there at the right moment. For now, I'll stop talking, and today I'll present to you great secrets of WWE entrances recorded by cameras. Some time ago, both The Shield and nowadays Jey Uso wait in the arena hallways along with several fans to make their entrances. Although security was always alert to make sure nothing out of the ordinary happened. As seen in a video, the cameraman orchestrates Jey Uso's entire entrance. And he synchronizes perfectly with the fans so that there are truly incredible camera shots during the entrance. And well, the results turn out pretty good. Now, if we talk about the wrestlers' secrets during their entrances, we can say that El Big Show would always squeeze his wrist as a way to tell his wife that he loved her and that he was always thinking about her. Rikishi would always rub his nose to symbolize his deep love for his family. These gestures were done so frequently that Rikishi and El Big Show were imitated, just like in video games. The big entrances jumping into the ring also have their secret. But in reality, we shouldn't dwell on it. Actually, they used a trampoline so they could launch themselves high enough and make their entrance look magnificent. Wrestlers like Sin Cara Kalisto used this a lot, although of course, sometimes things didn't go as expected. Do you remember Cesaro's incredible entrance when he took off his entire jacket at once? Well, this also had its secret. The garment had to be cut all over and was held together using a type of adhesive tape that kept the pieces in place until Cesaro decided to take off the jacket. Incredible, isn't it? When Roman Reigns made his typical big dog entrance, he would punch the ground hard to activate the Pyrotechnics. Many people wondered how he did it. The punch was brutal and, well, the ground must be pretty hard. However, he had a pad on the ground to hit as hard as possible. And once the Pyrotechnics did their thing, the pad was removed from the entrance area. How have times changed? They didn't put any pad on Goldberg when he would headbutt the metal before coming out to the ring. New Day was a team that managed to achieve much more than what was originally intended. One of the things people remember most is that they released a special edition cereal called Booty O's. At WrestleMania 32, they had a magnificent entrance coming out from inside a giant cereal box. Thanks to the fans in attendance, we could see that they were never really inside the box, but rather entered the scene when the box was already on the ground. If we look at the ghostly appearances that Undertaker and also Bray Wyatt once had, we should know that many times this is edited in pre-recorded shows, and the wrestler appears in a matter of seconds, although in the live moment this usually takes a bit longer. However, many cameras have captured the exact moment when the characters come out from under the ring. Even for WrestleMania 40, Undertaker ran through the crowd and left the same way after attacking The Rock. For instance, the memorable entrance at WrestleMania 33 featured an elevator that made Undertaker appear, as if nothing happened amid the darkness. A secret that was used again for the great return of Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio's entrance in his early years in WWE was truly fascinating. Tell me, who doesn't remember him jumping through the Pyrotechnics? However, many wondered how Mysterio was launched so well onto the scene. And that's because they used a kind of trampoline base so he would be ejected upwards. However, things don't always go so well. At WrestleMania 26, Mysterio took several seconds to appear after the fireworks went off and nobody really knew what happened. WWE's secret behind their incredible weekly fireworks shows is meticulous planning and arrangement. If anyone wonders how the fireworks go off at the exact moment, it's because there's a person in charge of setting them off at the precise time. Although sometimes this ends up going wrong and it doesn't explode at the right moment. WWE found that it was better to have someone specialized in pyrotechnics to avoid mistakes like Kane's. In the year 1997, where first the sound was heard and then the explosion came. We all saw Goldberg enter with his classic pyrotechnics. However, something that fans really liked was the smoke that Goldberg blew from his mouth. To do this, Goldberg would inhale the cold pyrotechnics and then blow them out through his mouth. Although, in reality, Goldberg himself said that he would later have to stop doing it because his nostrils hurt a lot when he did this. Another big secret that Goldberg revealed was that WWE would usually include the recorded chant of Goldberg, Goldberg. This doesn't mean that the fans didn't chant his name, but it made them shout at the exact moment and in a much more organized way. Clearly, some entrances have been unsuccessful, such as at WrestleMania 29. A production error caused them to throw dry ice on Triple H's body, when in reality that dry ice was meant to simulate smoke for his entrance. Triple H ended up with second-degree burns on his torso and arms. Triple H walked to the ring with his body burning and only poured water from his bottle on himself. And if that wasn't enough, he then wrestled with his burned body, although after the match he was left with burn marks on his skin. Years ago, something similar happened to Undertaker in the Elimination Chamber of the year 2010. The Deadman made his entrance as usual, but a pyrotechnic malfunction caused his entire body to get burned in a shocking way. Undertaker hid it pretty well, and in fact WWE edited this entrance, but a fan recorded the exact moment when Undertaker almost ran out because of the fire. Then we would see him ask the referees for water to pour it over his body. As if that wasn't enough, the wrestler himself confirmed that he asked for the pyrotechnics technician to be fired. But this isn't the first time the Deadman has had a problem with pyrotechnics. In the summer of 1998, Undertaker almost burned his face directly. When the fire emerged from one of the turnbuckles, fortunately it didn't get any worse. Stone Cold's breaking glass was a fundamental part of each of his entrances for a period of time. However, in a particular entrance, the glass didn't break. And it was Austin himself who tried to break it with his body, although the wrestler himself confirmed that he cut a large part of his body trying to break the glass with his arm. Thank you.